Alright, I have now just finished reading A Secret Princess and I loved it. I gave it a 5 out of 5 stars. I would highly recommend it, especially if you are a Frances Hodges Burnett fan, right? I guess welcome to today's reading vlog, right? Where I'm going to try to fill in with more job and craft stuff as well as, reading more books, right? But anyways, I did finish reading A Secret Princess, and it definitely brought together Little Princess, The Secret Garden, and Little Lord Fauntleroy, and I thought it was really well done. I am really happy that I took the time to read Little Lord Fauntleroy before I read this book. I'm so happy that I was just doing a random search on Frances Hodges Burnett and I came across this book. I thought it was just really well written, a really good story, really enjoyed it, and I really liked it. I'm happy that I took the time to read it. Oh my gosh, just can't get over it. All the little minor characters that are in it are just they're just highly fantastic. I would recommend this book to others, right? So now that I've read it, I am going to read A Little Princess, and next week this week when I'm back at the library, I may pick up A Secret Garden. I'm not too sure. Definitely want to check my shelves to make sure which versions or copies I have of the Secret Princess. Oh my gosh, The Secret Garden and A Little Princess, because I don't know, right? But I am liking how I am using my library card a lot more than what I was, and how much fun it's been, and oh my goodness, it is really, I'm really excited about it, that's for sure, right? I would recommend it, and yeah, so I guess it took me a lot longer to read A Secret Princess than what I thought it was going to, and I think it's just because recently I've been reading a lot of graphic novels and books that are more junior books, right, versus YA books like this one. So it did take me a couple more hours to read than expected, and I think that I was just getting angry and frustrated at that, right? Just like The Secret Princess or the Little Princess it's kind of it's meant for a more junior audience than this one. But you know what? I'm going to read it anyways, and I'm going to enjoy it, and I am going to update you on it and see what you guys think. Please let me know if you are a Frances Hodges Burnett fan. I mean, I have watched pretty much every version of The Secret Garden and The Little Princess. I prefer A Little Princess over The Secret Garden a little bit more if I had to choose. But, oh, so man, they're both really great stories. I really do love them. And it is just something that I will cherish forever, and I am definitely going to keep my eye out for more versions of these books, so I can hopefully have my own little collection, and it'll just be just flippin' fantastic, right? But I guess that's kind of it for right now, right? So thank you, take care, bye. I have finished reading A Little Princess by Frances Hodges Burnett, and I really liked it. This is a reread story for me. I really did like it. I thought it was a great use of my time to reread it. It's about a young girl who gets sent to England to go to school, and her father returns back to India, decides to help out one of his childhood friends by giving him some money. Right before he passes, he finds out that the investment that he made wasn't worth it, and he lost all his money. So when he died, Sarah was with that. So when he returned, Sarah became poor, so she became a servant to the school. And then the friend realized that it was actually, there was a lot of money where it was, so he spent some time trying to find Sarah to save her from the stake, and then they end up meeting up, and it's just a really good storyline, and I'm happy that everything worked out for her and she was able to really get to know what life really is, and she was definitely a little princess herself, right? But now that this is done, I am going to finish off Machines Like Me, I think, before I forget what it's really about, and I start reading all of these books. I really want to read The Invisible life of Addie LaRue and of course Georgie all along. But we're really going to see what really happens and what books I read next. But a nice little Frances Hodges Burnett kind of weekend, and it was really good, right? So I guess thank you, take care, and bye. Alrighty, so here, and welcome back. I have now finished Machines Like Me, and I thought the ending was quite unsatisfying. I would say it 2.5 stars out of me. I did enjoy reading it. I thought it was really well done, but I don't know, it was just so open-ended. You never really got closure for Adam, like the android, and just the personal ties of what's going on. Like, it was just, like, it was kind of like, yeah, like this happened, but life goes on and we just need to keep on trucking and keep on going. And it was just, you never really got what you needed closure for. And like, I just didn't like that, because you know, like, yes, I can conclude like what my own conclusions from it, and I can think what I think of it, but it's not really the point. It's not really what I wanted from it. I really wanted to know like what the future of these like androids and what could be done for them. Oh my gosh, right? But I would recommend this book to like other like tech lovers in your life who are very into technology and the future of AI especially. I think this book really does say like a lot of to what's going on in life, and especially with AI right now. But yeah, I guess like that's just kind of it. But this does mean I read 3 books today. So I finished reading Machines Like, I started the day off with finishing a secret princess, then a little princess, and ended it with Machines Like Me. Yes, a very wide range. But I wanted to read this Taylor Jenkins Reid's book that I have on my e-reader, but I was like, no, you have to finish Machines Like Me out, so you never will, because as you can see, I got these 4 library books on the go, as well as the audiobook for Dune, which I want to get Dune done before I see the movie, because I don't want, because I'm so far into Dune right now and I've seen the first movie, I don't want the movie to spoil the second half of the book for me, so I need to get on that, right? But it's just, honestly, I'm happy that I read Machines Like Me, but it was just kind of like unsatisfying to the reader, if you know what I mean. But would recommend, and just, oh my gosh. You know what? It's been a day full of reading. I think I'm just going to take some time and watch a movie before going to bed and starting another full work week ahead. I'm happy with how I spent my family day and just spent it with my family worth of books, I guess. But so yeah, hopefully you guys all enjoyed your day off. And usually on Mondays, like, I do work, but I had today off, and you know, time well spent with reading, right? So thumbs up to that. All right, bye. Hello and welcome to today's reading Dippit. And I don't really have much to update. You know, I'm going to be bringing Georgie all along to work so I can read on my lunch, right? And I'm just going to be, you know, trying to do that, you know, try to get all these books read. I do not know if I think for must-love books, I might just give back to the library, because I don't know if I'm going to be reading that as soon as I think I will be, which is fine. So but you know, I got a couple days to actually figure that one out. But yeah, in regards to everything else, I think I am going to read it. I'm just so relieved this morning, where it's just Machines Like Me has just been sitting kind of like on my side table for so long. So like this morning, just not having there, huge sigh of relief, right? But oh my gosh, yeah. I had quite a restless sleep last night, so I'm just kind of still waking up, have a bit of a headache. I will probably have a headache for the rest of the day, which kind of sucks, right? But you know, hopefully when I get home, I'll be able to like maybe take like a quick nap or something, so that way I can like recharge. But who knows? Right, I didn't necessarily have to read all the books that I did yesterday. I could have like saved some of them for today, like I think I was going to, but I didn't, right? But that's just kind of how it is, like, you know what I mean? But anyways, I'm just gonna say thumbs up. Thank you for like tuning in and being a fan. Right, but yeah, hopefully everybody had a great weekend. Everybody's using their libraries, and you're constantly going through your books, so you know what you can and not gonna keep, and yeah, I don't know. I just leave it at there. All right, all right. Hello and welcome to today's reading Dippit. As you may see, some of the books in the background have changed, and that's because I am slowly getting rid of more and more, and I'll continue to get rid of more and more because I have no reason to keep any of them. I have my e-reader where I have all these books, so it's just why I keep them. Right? I do have like a bunch that I want to keep, but I just want to make sure that the ones that I'm keeping are the ones that are the ones that I actually want, right? Because I know that some of them I'm probably just going to read and that's it, but gotta make sure what you have what you want, right? But and I think like part of the issue is that I've gotten a lot of library books, and I have another one on hold, which I'm gonna go pick up tonight when I'm there and return the bunch that I have. But like, it's just no point in having all these books if you're not going to read them, right? Right. But anyways, there's that. There's that, and so I guess like I just don't want to be wasting money on like stuff that I don't need, stuff that I don't have, just stuff, right? I want to have like less stuff and like more experiences is what I feel what I want and what I'm going to be working towards, right? So anyways, that is that, and that on my e-reader yesterday I started to read After I Do by Taylor Jenkins Reid because it's a short, quick book. I could have read more than what I had, but took a bit of a break to kind of put my feet up, which is always a good sign. But I really just wanted to, I don't know, I just love Taylor Jenkins Reid. And the book that I have on hold is another Taylor Jenkins Reid's book, so, which I also have my e-readers, so I just went really crazy like last like week with like all these holds. I don't know why. I don't know. It's not like I don't have, like 4 book of the month books to read, like, hello. Anyways, that is just kind of where I'm at right now reading After I Do, and then I will probably get on The Writing Retreat or The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue or something like that, or maybe the last Taylor Jenkins Reid book in which I haven't read, which is, you know what, because I've read most of her other books. I think it was between After I Do and maybe In Another Life, right? I think are the last 2 that I haven't read of hers, so I might just do both, right? Anyways, that's just kind of it for me, kind of shedding more books, reading a book off my e-reader, taking books back to the library, and picking up another one. Life is life. Life is good, right? No need to worry or complain. Yeah. Alright. Bye. Hello and welcome to today's reading Dippit. Woohoo! Yay! Alright, so as you can see, I picked up from the library. My hold came in, Maybe in Another Life, and this is the only book of Taylor Jenkins Reid's I haven't read because I finished reading After I Do last night. Yes, I thought it was really cute, right? I liked it. The only thing I didn't like about it, I guess, is just that they had the couple, they were having some marital problems, so they ended up like agreeing that they would spend 1 year apart, no contact, and they would see how things go, right? And that they both ended up writing like draft emails to each other explaining what was going on and what they would prefer, and they never sent them. But they both were reading each other's like draft emails, which is how they ended up like knowing what each one wanted, right? And how he knew to show up at the hospital, right, when her grandmother wasn't well and dying, right? And they did end up getting back together, but I thought it was just like too cute, too wrapped up with a bow. But I mean, like, I did enjoy it and it was a good read, but it was definitely like a happy ending, right? I mean, they both had seen other people, right? But it was like nothing too spectacular or anything like that, right? So I guess like a part of me, just the cynic in me, wanted to see them not get together like at all. I don't know. That's just kind of it for me. But I would recommend it. I did give it like 5 stars, so that's something, right? So hopefully, maybe in another life, is going to be something else, right? Right. Well, anyways, that's just kind of it for that. Finished the book. Oh my gosh, I have read a lot this week, well, and especially this month. Like I have read a lot, right? Which is good. I know that I won't be able to keep it up every single month. I think like I've like read like 15 or 16 titles this month, right? Now, the asterisk is that a lot of them are like have been like graphic novels, junior and YA kind of books, right? So it's not like it's like full like novels like what you see in the background, but like so, right? It's definitely something. I'm hoping that I definitely need to get Dune done by the time the movie gets out, so that way like I'm not you know half in half out with it, which is always like a good thing, right? So maybe like because I am listening to the audiobook, I am and I'm not, so maybe I should just like finish off the book. I don't know. But anyways, I'm just happy that I'm reading, going through a really big reading phase, yeah, right? But so I guess, like, if anything, hopefully in March I can read more, right? But that's kind of it for me. Thumbs up. Well, thank you. Take care. And bye. Hello and welcome to today's reading Dippit. So I finished reading A Long Secret by Louise Fitzhugh, and that is like the second Harriet the Spy adventure. And I have started reading Sport, which is like the third Harriet Spy adventure. So far, Harriet's not in Sport yet, but I don't know if she will be because this is a sport book, right? And I think I might like low-key be regretting reading them just because they're not really hurt the spy about spying. You know what I mean? But, I mean, now that I've let The Long Secret just kind of like sit with me for a little bit, I think I like it. I don't know, it's okay, right? But, Sport is just, I guess like in these two books that they are a little bit older than they were in Harriet the Spy, which makes sense, right? But you do get to meet a little bit more of Mr. and Mrs. Welsh in The Long Secret, which is okay, right? And so that's just kind of them, but they're quick, easy reads because they are junior books, which is great. But then afterwards, I'm probably going to read Maybe in Another Life, which I think, other than Supernova, it'll be the last book or I guess, Maybe in Another Life and Supernova are the only two books of Taylor Jenkins Reid's I haven't read. I haven't been able to find a copy of Supernova, so I don't know if I'll read that one, right? Because I frankly can't get a copy of it, as they say. And that came out in 2014, like 10 years ago. But so I'm going to read that, and then guess what? Dune 2 comes out next Friday, which means that I need to have Dune read by next Friday, right? And I will probably not be listening to it as an audiobook like I did for the first little bit. I will most likely just be finishing reading that. Whew. Right? So I guess that is my reading plans for right now, is to just finishing all the things up, right? Is to finish reading Sports, Maybe in Another Life, Dune, and then Georgia All Along. Those are my 4 books in which I'm going to be reading. Whew. Right? And then I don't know if I'm going to read The Writer's Retreat, but I do want to finish reading, or actually read, The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. But next week I am going to have to check the due dates on those books, because if there are holds on those books, then I do have to give them back. If there's not, they will auto-renew. Man, book drama. Oh my gosh. And I hope this is like the only kind of book drama I will ever have to ever have to deal with. But I do like that even though I did end up getting like a bunch of books from the library, I have taken must love books back to the library because I know I'm not going to read that one, and that I am reading a bunch of like books on my e-reader as well as physical books that I do have, and I've gotten rid of both the library books in which I've read and books that on my TBR shelf here that I probably won't even get to, right? But I think the first week of March, what my goal is to read all of the hardcovers I have, which is just like this like row here, is to read, you know, which does include all 4 of the Book of the Month books, which I have not read yet, don't tell anybody, but one of the hardcover books there is Ready Player 2, which means I need to read Ready Player 1 first, right, which I will do, right, but so it's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 books. Man, 9. But one of them will be like a reread or, right, which is going to be okay. But Rushka, that's a thick one. Oh my gosh. So hopefully it will be a lot easier and not as daunting as I'm thinking it's going to be. I'm sure it's not, right? Man, I hope that Ready Player 1 does come into the bookstore in hardcover soon. Meh. Right? But anyways, thumbs up. Hopefully everybody's doing alright. Right? And yeah, thank you. Take care. Bye. Hello and welcome to today's reading Dippit. So, I finished reading Sport by Louise Fitzhugh yesterday, and I thought it was good. I thought Sport was better than The Long Secret, even though Harriet wasn't in it very much. But it's just like really about Sport. His life really does come together. Everything comes just really honestly together. Like he has his mom and his sister kind of go on better terms with him and his dad, that his dad sells like another book and just, you know, and that his stepmom is now going to be taking over like the books and is now going to make the coffee, so Sport can now just actually be like a kid, right, and just do things that kids need to be doing, right, which I think is just fantastic. That was all the kind of reading that I did yesterday, even though I could have done more, but I didn't, and I'm okay with that, and I was great that I was out and about, and I did not check out the book section. Whew. Even though I could have made sure about it or whatever, but that's kind of like, you know, a sign of greatness, when it's like, I mean, avoidance is one thing, but that's okay, right? I did what I have to do to make sure that I did not check out the books and then potentially buy one. Alright, so that's just kind of it for me. Hopefully everybody's doing alright, and yeah, we'll catch y'all later. Alright, thank you. Bye. Alright, well, welcome to today's reading Dippit and the closure of this week's vlog. I didn't read anything yesterday because I had a very productive day. I ran some errands in the morning, then I volunteered, then I hung out with a friend in the evening. So all in all, very good day. But I am today going to focus on reading June and In Another Life by Taylor Jenkins Reid. That's kind of like my go-to right now. So, yeah. And because I really need to finish June by Friday when I go to see the movie. Right? And if I like it or not will depend on if I read the other books in the series, I guess. That's just kind of it. So, I'd just like to thank everybody for tuning in this week, and we'll talk to you later, and yeah, just kind of thumbs up. Alright, so thank you, take care, and bye.